You thought this series was going to be ditched after 2 episodes? Well, you're wrong. I have you know I take these videos very seriously. I found out about this album's anniversary a whopping 2 hours ago. This is very professional, as you can clearly tell. This is the 3rd episode of Flanniversaries, with your host, the English Flannel. Today's album is Darkthrone's Under a Funeral Moon, released on the 15th of February 1993, turning 30 years old here in 2023. Right, so Darkthrone. Fantastic black metal band, amazing albums throughout their discography. I don't just think that their first 5 albums were the best, and you shouldn't care for any of the others, because there are a lot of strong albums at the start, in the middle, even now, last year. But we're going to be talking about their 3rd studio album, the official one, Under a Funeral Moon. This is the 2nd album in their so-called Unholy Trinity, which is A Blaze in the Northern Sky, Under a Funeral Moon, and Transylvanian Hunger. There are 8 songs on this album, and it spans 40 minutes. Not a demanding listen, you can get through this pretty quickly, and to be fair, all 8 songs do blend into each other, so it is over rather fast. It's not lethargic, so to speak. We got Fenriz playing the drums, and who wrote the lyrics, Nocturno Colto, who played the bass guitar and vocals, and Zephyrus lead guitar. So this is the final album where they were a 3-piece band, and then they became a duo from the next album on. So, how much do I like this album? I like it quite a lot. I think it's on par with A Blaze in the Northern Sky, although you have to go to Transylvanian Hunger, where they took a huge step up. Like A Blaze in the Northern Sky, this is black metal, but unlike it, whereas on A Blaze there were very few sections of blast beats and mostly slow and doomy riffs, this one they amp up the speed, so you're getting mostly blast beats and very little slower sections. Although there is one track, To Walk the Infernal Fields, which is the longest song, nearly 8 minutes, where the tempo does go a bit slower and you have to do a marching beat. Although I do think this is the weakest song on the album. It does go on for a bit too long and the riffs aren't as good as the riffs on other songs on the album. One thing to note, that the song titles I think also are really cool on this album. I mean, we got Natasha in Eternal Sleep and Dance of Eternal Shadows. Okay, a lot of eternity here. That's black metal song titles 101. And the Norwegian title, which I'll just call Into the Embrace of the Deep Woods. And a bit of an odd one, Unholy Black Metal, since when is black metal ever holy? They did try to make unblack metal. Well, not them's, but other bands, which is unholy in itself. And not the cool kind of unholy. The closing song of the album, Crossing the Triangle of Flames, that's my favourite, where it does start off quite fast and it slows down quite doomy towards the second half. Yeah, overall a solid album. I'd give it, say, an 8 out of 10. Before today runs out, give this album a listen, familiarise yourself, or re-familiarise yourself with this. Or if you're just getting into black metal, I'd say this is a very good place to start. I got into black metal the wrong way. I got in through progressive black metal, so I was faced with loads of complex riffs and twists and turns, so when I got to this album, or when I got to another Darkthrone album, I was a bit underwhelmed because of its simplicity. But really, this is how black metal started, or Darkthrone, one of the first second wave bands. This was mind-blowing at the time, so you've got to think like how they thought 30 years ago, how the fans thought. That's when you will appreciate this album. But if you're just starting with first wave and then you listen to this, then you're more likely to be blown away. But like I said, I got into black metal the wrong way round, with black gaze and prog black. Actually, no, there is no wrong way round. I just got into it a bit of an unconventional way. Yeah, there's no wrong way, is there? Do listen to this album, and until next time, goodbye.